welcome to another exciting edition of your favorite show, The Diaspora. And I remain your host, Koinsola Adetubi. About $4 billion in excess of investment is waiting in the wings of top Nigerian American executives and entrepreneurs. This mouth-watering news from Tampa, Florida is one you cannot afford to miss. Meanwhile, the staff of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission are sharpening their skills and competence in order to effectively engage the estimated 17 million Nigerians living in the diaspora. This is in tandem with the Commission's vision and mission. And we can't leave you without celebrating our brothers and sisters in the diaspora who are making us proud. This is your favorite show, The Diaspora. Stay tuned. The Chairman CEO of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa, attended the third conference of the annual Nigerians Business Conference Forum in Tampa, Florida. The group seeks to complement the efforts of the government in delivering inclusive growth to Nigeria. The NABF is also committed to bridging the infrastructural gap through investment from the diaspora into Nigeria, with the aim of creating job opportunities for youth in areas such as technology, health, agriculture, business, and finance. Let's see how the News African Broadcasting Network puts it. Enjoy.
Nigerians in the diaspora have been charged to take their negative perception about their country and return home to take on the huge responsibility of building the Nigeria of their dream. Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, former Governor Peter Obi of Anambra, former Senate President Anyim Pius Anyim, and Chairman Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Mrs. Abike Dabiri Erewa, among others, threw the challenge during the just concluded Nigerian American Business Forum, NABF, third annual conference in Tampa, Florida, in the United States. The speakers who spoke in Tampa, Florida at the third annual conference of the Nigerian American Business Forum, a group of accomplished and influential Nigerian professionals in the U.S., said every great country was built by some people, but usually the diasporas. The founder of the Nigeria American Business Forum, NABF, President Kenneth Shobola, told NABN-TV that there is an opportunity in Nigeria when it comes to the investment that is not anywhere in the world. President Shobola appealed to Nigerian in diaspora to be part of the change at home. We have no other country to call ours except Nigeria.
I feel like the NABF is now a movement. This is not just an organization. And I feel like whoever is out there, any Nigerian in the diaspora who's not here needs to be here. How can we encourage more diasporans to be a part of this change and this movement?
By doing exactly what we are doing, getting involved in a lot of outreach programs, helping people understand and hitting social media with who we are, what we do, what we're about. And once the story resonates and people get to know a lot more about the NABF, the multiplier effect takes over. And we know that it's just a matter of time. We'll start making that big difference we want to make in Nigeria. Youth unemployment would start to reduce drastically. That's our major goal. That's our major goal. And we believe we're ways ahead of the game here.
Peter Obi, who was a keynote speaker, said, "This is a clarion call for all Nigerians in the United States to translate their skills and know-how to building Nigeria like the Jews, Indians, and Chinese did."
You are more important to Nigeria, the diaspora, than any other thing. Our oil income is $18 billion. Non-oil income is $13.4 billion. You are giving us $26 billion. In fact, this year's budget of Nigeria is $30 billion, and you are bringing 26.
Anyim Pius Anyim, who was also a former secretary to the government of the Federation, warned the diasporas that if you don't come back to build Nigeria, it will wait for your children.
Corruption, those are things you'll find in a growing society, in a developing society. But if you stay here and you don't come back for us to build that society to grow, then it will wait for your children. It will simply wait for your children. These people, they built their own society. It didn't just start like this. America was built. So it is necessary we take the risk, we brace up for the challenge, and we get back and build our own society.
He urged the Diaspora Investment Group to partner with the government to formulate and implement policies that attract and protect their investments. Dabiri Erewa, on her part, said, "Nobody can ignore the Nigerians in the diaspora, because Nigerians are the best wherever they are found, anywhere in the world."
We are the most knowledgeable. I think Mr. Andu said, you used some word, we are the best. But I think it's a shame, and I'm throwing the challenge back at you. We have the best doctors in the world. Look at the state of our Medicare. We have the best people in the world of education, arts. Look at the state of your country. So, no more excuses, my brothers and sisters. You know why there are no more excuses? You have the Diaspora Commission. Let us succeed together.
The mayor of the city of Tampa, Florida, Jane Castor, who came with top government officers to welcome the conference attendees and the speakers to the city of Tampa, praised Nigerians in the U.S. for their invaluable contributions to American economy.
But nothing more important than coming here and speaking to the third annual Nigerian American Business Forum.
The mayor said Nigeria was in a position to recreate itself, adding there should be a strategic plan to resuscitate the economy and build the country to a great nation.
Nigeria is in a position to recreate itself, and so you have to have that strategic plan, and you have to ensure that you stick with that plan to lift the entire country up. It's not good if there are a few individuals that are able to prosper. The entire country needs to be lifted up. Just as our city here in Tampa, we are all working together to lift our city up.
While describing Nigerians in his city as amazing people who are contributing their best to the city, she said,
"Yeah, excellent contribution. You know, I've worked with a lot of different groups from Nigeria, and so it's a wonderful relationship."
Governor of Oyo State Makinde, while delivering his keynote speech, also showcased how his admiration was changing the governance landscape of Oyo State and presented the investment opportunities in the areas of agriculture, tourism, housing, and education. The governor, who spoke to Joy Adedeji of NABN TV in an exclusive interview, said being a diaspora had realized that the diasporas had a major role to play if Nigeria.
We just want people to come to Oyo State with the mind that their investment, is secure.
Nigeria's ambassador to the United States, Justice Sylvanus Nsofor, RTD, said Nigeria's problems were no doubt the responsibility of Nigerians, but urged the diasporas to use this forum to translate, therefore, into increased opportunities for investment into Nigeria and provide opportunities in various endeavors. The Consul General of Nigeria in New York, Mr. Benayoga Okoyen, Deputy Consul General Nicholas Ella, and his Atlanta counterpart, Mr. Innocent Iwajuo, were among top government officials that attended the conference. Other speakers also included President of World Trade Center Atlanta, Mr. Max Sutherland, Mr. Terrence Baker, Mr. Femi Olubanwo, Pastor Gandhi Olaoye, as well as other prominent and influential inventors across the globe. To ensure the realization of its $1 billion project in Nigeria, NABF also unveiled the American Nigerian AMNI Bank to fund any investments being undertaken by any diaspora in Nigeria to the tune of $3 billion and at a low interest rate.
This organization is called the Nigerian American Business Forum. The name of the bank to introduce to you, AMNI Bank. What does AMNI mean? Take Nigerian American and reverse it. American Nigerian. AM for American, NI for Nigerian. AMNI Bank. We've started with the holding company.
Dr. Leo Egbunjobi, chairman of AMNI Bank, said the bank had a vantage position to leverage on the huge liquidity the diaspora Nigerians moved to Nigeria so as to solve the problems of funding that many diasporas usually faced.
But make no mistake about it. The whole idea is they mentioned $26 billion of official transactions. Somebody get 10% of that as a cost of transaction. Not us. What if we say, if you transfer money through our account to your brother in Nigeria, instead of paying Bank of America 10%, you pay us 80%. If all of us own homes, I paid off mine, the average home here is $400,000, $500,000. Some have $1 million homes. What if 20% of diasporans loan money from us to buy their homes? And instead of charging them 10%, 6%, we charge them 4.8%.
Chairman of NABF, Mr. Afolabi Andu, said Nigerians in the diaspora represented the largest contributors to the country's economy, with an annual average investment of $28 billion.
The average Nigerian American is a treasure of knowledge, academic brilliance, an entrepreneur par excellence, resilient, professional, and passionate.
Aha! Hello, how are you? All right, now I'm waiting for Diaspora and I get stuck with this money. Not be you waiting for Bariga or waiting Mushi or Makoko. Hold up. Yeah. Okay. When I see this link, now for now waiting for Diaspora. Where see the doubt whether follow in Nigeria? Hello, don't think about it. This link, it will carry you direct, go the place where we say it will help you choose which investment you want to do for Nigeria. Any investment, whether na waiting, whether na bank shares, whether na agriculture, whether na real estate, whether na stock exchange, any investment you want to do, make sure say you click on because anything will happen for Diaspora anytime and it go better. Say if you come Nigeria, you go get where you go relax and you get investment to fall back to. Hello, make sure say you click on because you won't say what? Eh? What is that? Hey, okay. See, make I help you click the link. Make to click waiting. When we say now I'm alone primary school you go. You know yeah when I talk say now for people waiting for Diaspora. People waiting for Diaspora, what are they called? I know they are called diasporans. Oh, there. Let me talk to my diasporans people. Make sure say you click this link. Oh yeah, to betterment your life. Because you both say what the investment in your country in Nigeria is a forever life betterment. Thank you. You see the here. If you like say you don't get job for filling station, you see the here. Go. Look.
The staff of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission held its first ever induction training. The chairman CEO of the commission, Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa, noted that training is an important component for any organization. She also noted that the staff are the bridge between the Nigerians in the diaspora and the Nigerians at home. Meanwhile, the secretary to the commission, Engineer Dr. Sule Yakubu Bassi, stated that the main objective of the commission is to enhance the skills and talents of the staff. He said, we need dedicated staff who will imbibe the spirit of teamwork, respect, communication, and harmony. Please join me for the details.
We cannot overemphasize the need for training and retraining of staff of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission. And being a new commission is important to impart into them the skills to make them function efficiently and productively. So for us, it's going to be a regular occurrence here to train and retrain our staff, both locally and internationally. And staff of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission will be the bridge between Nigerians at home and Nigerians in the diaspora, and every one of them has a major role to play. So for us in the management, we're going to ensure that we train every staff of this commission regularly. It's not going to be a one-off this. So this is just an induction to introduce them to the commission, look through every aspect of what we have to do, what is lacking, what needs to be done better, how do we improve. Although we're not 1 year old, but we're hoping that as we grow, we only grow bigger and better. So it's very important that we train and retrain, and this should be a critical part of any management. The target we're setting for them is very high. which is that they have to work very hard and achieve the mandate and vision for which we were set up. We're going to monitor and evaluate regularly, constantly, and we're not going to spare anybody. So the target is very high, and for each department, you must meet those targets. If you don't, there will be consequences and penalties. We'll try to make the environment conducive to working. I mean, we are new, so we need a lot of things, but we'll try to make the environment conducive for them, but we'll set high targets, and we hope that they meet those targets. And we'll also set good examples. We'll lead by example.
It's still on the issue of training. Though diasporans are coming from highly civilized climes, are you sharpening the skills of your staff to meet up and have that diaspora ambience in them, so that they can, as soon as your diasporans come into town and meet them as first callers, they rise up?
No, I don't want to look at it like that. We're all Nigerians, and we must have the right values and attitude. So the key thing is, how do you do your work? What is your attitude to work? It doesn't matter whether it's a diaspora or not. So they are going to be a bridge between Nigerians at home and Nigerians in the diaspora. And I think that is the key thing. How do you respond to needs and requests? You can get stupid requests. How do you react? Do you just say, bang the phone? We're going to have a call center where we're going to be receiving calls for Nigerians in distress. How do you answer them? What do you say to them? How do you receive them? How do you talk to them? We're going to have presence at the airports to be able to say, oh, you need this, come this way. So it's going to be a whole lot of responsibilities. So the key thing is to be able to do your job with diligence. What if you're just a driver in the commission? You could be one of our best employees. Work hard in whatever you're told to do. So it's not about discriminating. It's not about saying, oh, you're coming from there, we are here. No, it's about doing your job very well. It's about putting in your very best. It's about working with values and morals and ideals, and working with principles of integrity, hard work, diligence to duty.
Dealing with the diaspora, and like I said, over 17 million of them, is not a tea party. You have to be professional to the core. You have to hear them out. You have to understand where they are coming from. And you have to, as it were, redirect their energy and invariably their resources to development issues in Nigeria. So it requires the highest of professionalism. It's not what you just come and jump in. Because of this, I would like to enjoin each and every staff in NIDCOM to address himself to training in terms of learning skills that you don't have, and also giving back in terms of dealing with the Nigerian diaspora. I, with these few remarks, welcome you to this induction training. I also implore you to address your mind to the training and also learn the most out of this opportunity that has been given to you.
We want to look at the induction part. But before I go into this properly, I just want to draw, some kind of relationship. Now, for any system to be put in place, it has some basic components. One, somebody somewhere must conceive the idea. So, clarity of the idea will develop into like a philosophy, which you can now begin to share with other like minds. If we do this in this way, it's going to yield this result. So when the idea is exchanged and people begin to see the picture from their inner mind, then the question will now be, how do we go about this? And you will now see intellectuals coming together to put in place, policy. And policy is a standard of, thinking that guides how activities around that particular objective is to be carried out.
Students of economics, we know that we have factors of production: land, labor, capital, stuff like that. The most complex one is the labor, and this is exactly where we come in. Because you are dealing with human, you have to have something we call human face. That is why these policies are there to guide on how we execute our job, how we deliver our task.
So I've learned a lot from the training, especially when they brought the issue of the act that established the commission. And looking at the act, I just digested a lot of things in the act, and I think that will be a real way or a good avenue for the commission to kickstart. And I'll add my idea and also my quota to make it work properly.
We're very happy to be here, and it's been going wonderfully well. We're having a very high expectation, and hopefully we know that we're going to do it because we have a great chairman who is very, very hardworking.
And now to the thumbs up segment. We celebrate Mr. Idon Akogun, a US-based Nigerian who has made history as the first to create a sustainable education program linkage between institutions of learning in Africa through an electronic education program that would ease the struggle of African migrants traveling abroad to get a quality education. His initiative is targeted at universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education in Nigeria and underdeveloped countries. Kudos, brother. Thanks for setting the pace.
Not so fast. Look, I'm tired. I want to check out of this country for greener pastures.
Just calm down for a moment. Please sit down. Do you have a job where you're going to?
No, but someone is arranging,
Listen, Alinko. Checking out of this country without proper planning means one thing. Unimaginable begin. You know, I've been in the diaspora, but legitimately doing great things at home and abroad. As I've been saying, without the proper footing abroad, the risk is not worth it. Listen, Alinko, it's better to be home than be trapped abroad, or even end up in prison.
Thanks so much for being a part of the show. It's been worthwhile. And in case you have anything to share with us, please do not hesitate to do so as we expect feedback on our show. Remember, you can reach us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, on Twitter at nidcom_gov, on our Instagram page at nidcom_gov, and on our website at www.nidcom.gov.ng. You can also join us on DSTV at NTA Network News on Friday at 10:30 a.m., on NTA International on Tuesday at 6 a.m. and 10:05 p.m., on NTA News 24 on Friday at 2:30 p.m., and on Sunday at 11:30 a.m. You can also join us on WAP TV on Monday at 10 p.m. I remain your host, Koinsola Adetumbi. See you next time.